Okay, I'm thinking we got this live stream back, and we're going to actually, because of the time that we have remaining here, I'm going to go ahead and go to an interview with Coach Tyler Johnson that we had last week. There's some other content that we had prepared for you tonight, but considering the technical difficulties that we've had so far, I'm just going to say a little prayer right now that that interview works the way that we hope it will. So we're going to go ahead and move to that, and then about the time that's over, I'm guessing it's going to be about game time here in Saint Ansgar. So thanks for joining us. Congratulations to the girls volleyball team for making it a home game tonight in the playoffs this evening here in Saint Ansgar. We're really, really excited about that. The fans are excited to be able to stay home, as I'm sure the girls and coach are. And speaking of coach, I had a chance to catch up with Tyler Johnson last week about the season, about some things that he would like to share as we prepare for these postseason games, starting with one game at a time, playing tonight here in St. Ansgar. The full interview, we give a sneak peek of what you might expect last Friday at the football game. Again, this is an interview that I picked up with Coach last week, and we're going to get to that full interview right now. Hello, Kennel Genius here, and I have with me Coach Tyler Johnson, the St. Ansgar girls varsity volleyball coach who just completed their regular season. 20 wins, 6 losses. Did I see that right? Is that correct, Coach Johnson?
I believe that's what Varsity Bound says, and I feel like they're the law with the girls' union right now, so we're going to go with that.
Well, they seem to be kind of the authority in everything. They're doing a lot of things well, but that's kind of where I go to get my information. So you're exactly right. That's super exciting. And as I look at how the Saints did throughout the year, I think you lost a couple early on the season, and you kind of
Yep.
went on a roll, a winning streak. And then I think on Forest City, perhaps, I think it was, well, I actually wrote it down, September 16th. It looks like was the last time these Saints girls, prior to earlier this week, lost a set. And then they just rolled from September on till this game in Cresco earlier on this week. Where in that game, I think you were down 2 sets to 0, right? 0 sets to
Yeah, and
2.
I guess at the upper levels, they refer to what happened as a reverse sweep, where you get down in the first two, but you are able to battle back and take the next three.
So how do you get and super curious because the girls who have been rolling, probably a good experience for them coming into the postseason to say, we haven't lost for a really long time. Now, how
yeah,
are we going to handle it now that it's happening to us?
right. I think the confidence is huge, and I think maybe losing those first two games at Cresco also was potentially a little bit helpful to, when you've won that many matches in a row, you don't want that little bit of arrogance to creep in.
Mm-hmm.
So I think losing those first two kind of forced us to refocus a little bit, and we were able to send that message like, we still have work to do, and we're going to be playing some better teams as we go along in regional play, and we have to be mentally prepared for that.
Yeah, that's a great point. You can learn so much more by losing than you do from winning, and just kind of getting behind in that one seems like that's going to serve you well as we head into
Right.
the postseason. Do you
Yep. And
prepare any
that's what
different? Talking about the postseason, do you prepare any different now that we're going into now you lose and you're done? This there's a lot at stake right now, right?
probably the biggest difference in what we do to prepare is during the regular season, we don't have as many, I guess, individual scouting reports throughout the year, partly because you're playing on a Tuesday and you're turning around and playing right away on a Thursday and trying to make those adjustments. You're also trying to kind of build your own kids and your own team and get yourself going. But the biggest difference is we will have individual scouting reports, much like a basketball team would for our postseason games. We're looking at tendencies, we're looking at individual players, not just their stats, but watching a lot more film, that kind of thing, so that we can build a little bit like a scout team in practice
Mm.
to get ready for specific individual teams that we will play or individual players that we will play.
That makes a lot of sense. You commented early on about one of the strategies that you use is play every single point as if it is 24-24, right? And you even practice to that, right? Can
Right.
you
We
can
try
you
and
tell our folks a little bit about that?
the majority of our practices are 6-on-6 drills, and we want a scoreboard as much as possible because we want to really focus on knowing the intention of what did we do on that play. Would that have been an okay play to make based on what the score was at the time? And trying to get to those kids used to that scoreboard pressure sometimes because it's a very different animal than I think people expect. We do a lot of scrimmages. We did one last night with Central Springs and Osage where we play for a certain amount of time and we don't keep score. And it's always interesting. The vibe of that scrimmage, you can think, oh, we're really beating these guys or we're really getting beat. And then somebody who's secretly got a scoreboard in the stands comes up to you and says, you thought you were winning by a lot. And they say, you lost that game, whatever, to whatever. And you have to kind of like, not to make excuses for the kids, but you're like, okay, would they play differently if they could see what the score is, know what the situation was on the scoreboard, some of those kind of things. So like, we want them used to having that score up there. And anytime you have a scoreboard up, it lends to better competition in your own gym anyway, because
Yeah.
kids like to win drills and all that kind of thing. So I think anytime you can build dealing with that pressure, it only helps you.
It's funny. It kind of reminds me of an old business adage that says that which gets recorded improves, and that which gets recorded and reported publicly improves exponentially, right? And so when everyone can see that score and everyone knows exactly where you're at, right, you can't hide behind anything. And I agree with you as a coach myself. It absolutely makes a difference in the intensity of the game having that scoreboard on, even if those points don't matter. Those points they'll matter to the players.
Yep, and I think a big volleyball push recently is like don't do anything without the use of the net. Like we also kind of firmly believe in lots of ways, don't do anything without the scoreboard.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Super, super smart. And I think it's obviously it's serving your girls really well. Do you have any specific player expectations as you head into the postseason? Obviously, you've got seniors on the team who know a little bit more about this situation than the younger girls. Do you have anything that you're coaching to individual players about the expectations for them?
I don't know about necessarily individual players. I think with volleyball roles being also different based on whether you're a middle or a setter or an outside or a libero or that kind of thing, like the kids all know that stuff pretty well. And even a lot of our younger players have played a lot of off-season club volleyball at this point. So like they've been to major tournaments with upper level teams. So we don't have to worry about that as much. I think some of the major things we focus on as a group, obviously number one is we want to see like effort, and especially right now a push is effort in our communication on the court. A lot of the unforced errors that we've made over the course of the year, we can chalk up to communication errors oftentimes. So we're really kind of focusing on the effort of communication. Another big push we always have is don't be ball watchers. And I think this is true of any sport that you coach. When I coach my own kids playing basketball, like if they're turning around and watching the ball, the guy they're supposed to be guarding is going somewhere else. So that idea of like even in volleyball, if you are watching the ball, you're missing a player doing something that they might give away to you before the play starts or during the play. So we always focus on like watch the intelligent thing, not the ball. Ball doesn't have a brain. It's like the player has a brain. They will control where the ball goes. Watch them. And that can like volleyball can be very much are you reading or are you reacting? So the reading part is, are you watching the players? Is there like a common thing is there shoulder telling you where the ball is going to go, where they hit it? Or are we staring up at the ball? Because the running joke often in volleyball is like every volleyball player in the gym knows where every balloon from prom is stuck in the ceiling, where every volleyball from PE is in there. Like, because apparently they spend all their time looking up, but that shouldn't probably be where they're looking most of the time. So kind of focusing on not ball watching is kind of a big push for us a lot of times.
I love it. I love it. That's tremendous advice. Hey, so you recently had your 300th win. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was a personal 300th win, which in my own family, that's probably half of what my younger brother has. So at least we're getting there,
So your younger brother also coaches.
Yes, actually, I have two brothers, and they are both also head volleyball coaches. So kind of a family thing, I guess.
Did your parents coach? Like, how did you guys all
No.
fall into coaching
Kind of an
volleyball?
involved story, but the women's volleyball coach back at Fort Dodge Senior High, where I graduated from, for years and years, she had a son that actually played on the United States men's Olympic team, and he would come back to Fort Dodge sometimes and run camps. And it kind of like there was kind of a boys club volleyball that developed in the area. I often joke that like you have to find your niche in life, and like wasn't the greatest basketball player, wasn't a great football player, was like, so you find something that you like and that you become good at. And that's kind of for all three of us, kind of what it became was volleyball. And probably from seventh grade on, we played uh, club volleyball. We had a little club team in college that we played on. My older brother actually still plays in tournaments, here and there. The other two of us are too broken for that, I say, but it's kind of, I don't know. The volleyball community as a whole is pretty tight knit. So just once you're in it, you kind of stay in it for a long time, I guess. So, and it's hard because in Iowa there is no high school boys volleyball. I think Minnesota is actually getting it sanctioned for this year, so they will
Really?
start having I think Illinois has had it for a while, some other states, but those opportunities that if you live in a town with the YMCA and the right person comes in, you never know what you find. You know.
I played a lot of volleyball in my younger years. I'm also too broken to play, but I do understand. It's a fun sport, and I'll say even with this, uh, as we broadcast this year for the first time, there's so much I have to learn about the rules, about the terminology, about so much of what happens with the sport. And I'm sure I've gotten many things wrong in the broadcast. And so maybe you want to take a moment to. Is there anything
Well,
that you'd like to clarify or discuss on from the broadcast itself, or
not on the broadcast itself, I don't think. But I think for a common one, I guess I, I guess I'll use the term lay people just watching
yep,
is something like serving.
yep,
So serving strategies in volleyball are probably nitpicked by a lot of high school and junior high volleyball watchers that, you know, it's a small ball. I can, it's 900 square feet on the other side of the net. I can park 9 cars over there, and these kids just can't put this ball over there. It's tiny. Like, how can you not just pop a ball over and put the ball into the court? And I think as you get to the upper level of volleyball, you notice like sometimes it might feel like our high school team is missing a lot of serves. Well, if you watch a University of Minnesota and Nebraska game, some of the top teams in the nation, you might find they miss even more serves than we do. Well, then you start watching the Olympic level and like, do they do anything but miss serves? You know, and it's very much one of those like as the levels get higher, or even for ourselves, like if we are going to play a a really good team, how can we find a way for us to maybe generate points from the service line and not allow them to get easy points?
mm,
Well, that's where the serving comes in. I guess I like to use other sports, like I said, as an analogy, because people I think sometimes understand other sports, but like if I'm in baseball and I have a pitcher that's just going to go out there and throw meatballs and they're going to hit home runs every time, like, no, there's strategies to pitching.
yes,
I'm trying to find certain areas, certain speeds, all that kind of stuff. And while I'm doing that, I might throw quite a few balls,
yeah,
you know,
yep.
and the coach is
That's a great
probably not
analogy.
telling me, like, unless he's pitching out, he's not telling me, hey, throw a ball on this one. So like in our world, like coach is not telling them to, hey, miss the serve this time. Like we're giving them a specific spot we want them to go to that we think that we can generate a point from, but that has to do sometimes with pace and stuff as well. So we want to try and put them, we call it out of system. And out of system simply means, can they not get a spike back at us? can we try and put them in a position where they don't basically hit that home run ball just because we gave them something so easy? And I know lots of times if we're playing a team that the fans might think, oh, we should easily win this or whatever. Why do they keep missing their serves? Yeah, that might be true that we could, against some sort of team, we might be able to just pop the ball over and they will make errors and we will win. But if we're going to play a really, really quality opponent, just popping the ball over and keeping it in means they're scoring every point.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just kind of that fine line sometimes between, and you're going to lend yourself to more errors than, there's some teams that we play and have played, they have 33 aces on the year, which means in rally scoring, that means they've scored 33 points off their serve.
Mm-hmm.
Aspen has 39 aces by herself right now. So like we stress in our gym that idea, like, let's try and generate points from 30 feet off the net. Or if nothing else, let's not make it easy for them to get points when we're standing 30 feet off the net.
That's
So
smart.
I think a big thing for fans sometimes, like I said, is why don't they just pop it over? Like, maybe the real old school guys are like, just underhand serve it for God's sake. But then if you underhand serve it against, the Osage program the last couple of years with some of the players they had that went to play D1, you don't want to underhand serve against those guys. So your kids are gonna be taken off the face, So I think for a lot of people, that's something that's kind of misconstrued or misunderstood.
I love that you pointed that out, and honestly, you've taught me a lot this year, even just talking about that strategy. Because unless you know it, like you said, unless you know a baseball game, you just think they're just throwing pitches and they're trying to get it across the plate, right? Well, there's a whole lot of strategy that goes into that, and you don't ever want to throw that perfect pitch right down the middle.
Yeah, you don't want
that guy with a big bat's going to put it over the fence.
Diamondbacks the other day, 4 home runs in a row or whatever. Like that's what you're trying to avoid.
That makes a lot of sense.
We always say anything you can do to put the other team in a state of emergency. Make them think faster than they want to. Make them play faster than they want to. That kind of thing. So
I love it. I love it.
Serving, it comes on to like why we run quick sets, like a lot of that kind of stuff.
I love it. So we are about out of time here, but do you have a favorite moment of the year? Maybe anything you'd like to share with?
I told the kids after that reverse sweep with Cresco, like I think it's been years since we have lost the first 2 games and come back and won. And I think, especially in the 5th game of that, I really saw a little bit better of the kids just seemed to be maybe even having more fun than we'd seen out of them for a lot of the year. So like, there's some games where you come in, and especially on Saturdays, it feels like after a long football game or whatever, where like it feels like they're going through the motions and some of that. But like, I think we finally saw like the excitement and just how fun volleyball can be in those moments of, a big comeback like that. And we had some really nice hard hits that got us going, the momentum part of that. And then I think the bench starts having more fun, the fans start having more fun. And so I know it was probably recency bias on that because it was Monday. But like I said, I think it's been years since we've come back from down 0-2 on somebody and finished out a match.
I love it. And what a great way to end the regular season, taking you into the postseason games. We are streaming. We'll be streaming the home games, which we've been approved for 3, which you are presently on the docket to, and then obviously we know it's 1 game at a time.
Right.
All right, we interrupt the end of that because we are doing player announcements here on the court. So hopefully you can hear that.
And the libero for the Indians, number 7, a junior, Addie Johnson. The Indians are coached by Ashley Earl. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard representing the top of Iowa Conference, the Saint Ansgar Saints. A junior, number 3, Sophie Erbach. A sophomore, number 7, Lindsay Cruzy. A senior, number 8, Natalie Bork. A senior, number 9, Aspen Falk. Sophomore, number 16, Ava Falk. A junior, number 18, Amelia Porish. And the libero for the Saints, the senior, number 22, Kinsey Anderson. The Saints are coached by Tyler Johnson, assisted by Stephanie Beaver, Logan Zipsey, and Katie Hewitt. We ask that you now rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem performed by Kendall Coster and Sophia Squire.
We're live, Skippy.
Are we on?
Yes, we are.
Hey, how's it going, Candle Genius?
Good. Candle Genius here with Skippy D'Angelo. We got Duke Scoop out here getting some floor sideline cam. Hey,
Look
a
at
little,
that.
a
You
little
don't get
heads
that
up here.
anywhere.
What's
You
that?
don't just get that.
You
footage
don't
everywhere.
just get that anywhere. You're exactly right. You only get that from Duke Scoop and the crew right here on Saints TV.
Next, we'll move on to face the winner of Turkey Valley in Westport.
So we got the first night of, I believe this is called regional volleyball district.
Yeah, let's go with that. Somebody asked me that today. I was like, it's round one. That's a regional, right? That's
Yep.
It's round one.
Yep, region. Whole thing's regionals.
Perfect.
I think the Saints are the 2 seed coming in, right?
Playing
Clarksville.
Clarksville Indians. See a lot of teams that changed from the Indians name. Clarksville holding
Yep.
strong with theirs. Give them some credit there. Hey, a little bit of a upfront maybe warning to those watching. We are having some audio video alignment. We've done everything we can. We're still about a second off. So Skippy, you gotta like hold your just hold your enthusiasm for 1 second before you cheer on that big play.
Okay.
Because we don't want it to seem a little off.
Oh, great work.
What was on the pass?
Nice serve. Ooh. Oh, they keep it alive. That's a good scramble. Ooh, shoot.
Oh, you're doing great, Skip. You're doing great.
All right, 2 hits.
Watch it there, and you'll know for sure how we're lining
This is what they're seeing?
It should be, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. So we got Jack Chipper will be joining us soon. He's actually coaching a football game right now. That was a nice.
There's a nice one by Porsche.
Goal.
So, according to the schedule, Clarksville struggled a little bit this year, but I think they just had a pretty good tournament last weekend. Saints favored it. That's a great serve. You know, if you can get that to drop over the net, make those front people play it, it's a good serve.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it's all about talking with Coach, and some of you maybe saw the interview just now. How there's a strategy to putting that thing over the net and putting yourself in a position to not get the ball smashed in your face.
Out.
A guy like you just likes playing. Yeah, and you know what? So what we've done is we've delayed a little bit. And again, on the technical side, we've delayed our voices coming through a little bit. So I think we're about
What was the call there? Was it tipped?
It
Must have been
must
tipped.
have been tipped.
2-2.
There's a great
and
example.
just a bit deep by the Saints.
Yep, there's a great example of how Clarksville put us in a spot where we couldn't just lay that ball up, set it the way we wanted, hit it the way we wanted, and of course the point goes
that
to
first pass is the key right there. You got to get that up a little closer. Good dig by Clarksville. There we go. Saints playing a little bit rusty right now. Down 2-4 to start. You know, when you get to the playoffs, you can't take any game for granted. You guys said it the other night at the football game. It's one game at a time.
It is one game at a time. You got it. You got it.
One of these times, it's going to be your last game. Don't make it tonight, right?
Exactly. And we got 3 potential home games for the Saints. So yeah, you're right. We want to make sure we're looking at it one game at a time, but putting ourselves in a position to be playing again on Wednesday night.
Saints with a slow start, down 2-6. Just got to get their stuff together here. There we go. And another one, little deep. Timeout Saints. Down 2-7.
I was talking to Coach earlier on last week when I did the interview with him. It's Duke Scoop here on the sideline cam. He was talking a little bit about just their last regular season game was in Cresco, right? And they were down two games in that one.
Absolutely,
two sets in that one. And great for those girls to come back. It's such a rarity to win 3 in a row after that and end up winning the match, winning the night. But they did that, and to fight through that adversity, I think is going to make them a lot stronger here in the postseason. And Coach agrees with that. They were winning like crazy up to that. It was like September 16th was the last set that they had lost.
Yep, and that's good for them. You don't want to go in with that many in a row sets.
No.
And to be down, face some adversity, playing a bigger school again. I was at that game. I mean, it started out slow like this, and we don't ever give up. And like we talked about it all year, through the whole season, we played a lot of bigger schools, a lot of really good bigger schools. Played some good competition. And that's what we need to do.
Now there's some good coaching right there.
Yep. Coming out of the timeout, didn't ice the server. We got the serve over. But we got our middle set up. We got Cruzy in the game now. She's been a strong hitter up front.
Natalie Bork on the serve.
Yep.
Great hit.
Yep, that's where we need to be. Yep. You know, Cruzy's a presence up front. She's tall, she's athletic. And they're getting that timing down where that ball is going down on the hit.
Yes.
That away. We talk about scrambling a lot in volleyball. You know, they're a good scrambling team. That's when the ball maybe doesn't go where you want the first time. You got to have the athletic ability to get around and get that ball back in play. So it's just a little bit outside in that one, down 4-8.
Yeah, it seemed like the communication was better on that play. We just didn't have the body where we needed it.
Saints still playing a little rusty, down 4-9. Just got to relax a little bit and play their game, have some fun.
It seems like in the games that I've been to, and I haven't been to all of them, but they seem like they can start slow from time to time.
Yep. Good job by the Indians to get some blocks in there. And again, we're in the right spot. Just sometimes it's kind of how the ball bounces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saints need a run here. Yeah, just a little out of sorts.
Good hard hit, out of bounds. Makes the score Saints 4.
You know, sometimes in these first
11.
games, it's about one team playing a little tight, one team playing with nothing to lose.
It feels a little like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little like that.
But you see that in all sports. You play loose, you play trying to win instead of trying not to lose. But it's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done, but you're right. You do see it in all sports. Where the team with a giant lead changes the game plan, tries to be conservative.
Yep. We saw it twice in the NFL this week. 2 undefeated teams got beat by teams that they played 10 times, probably be 8-2.
Now that's an update that I need. I wasn't paying attention over the weekend.
Well, the mighty Brock Purdy led 49ers took their first loss, and the Eagles got beat by the Jets. Clarksville back with another serve. There we go.
Great.
And there we go.
Spot.
Sorry, called that one a little early. You know, sometimes I think, too, you look at the kids, both sides, they're pretty relaxed. I think sometimes the parents get a little more nervous than the kids.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. That's a great dig on the other side.
Nice recovery by the Indians. Paul tries to get the push over. And short by the Indians. That was a long volley there.
That was a long volley.
Saints down 7-12. Ava Falk with the serve here. Boom! There we go. That's what I like. But again, when you're coming down, it's harder to block. Just the angles about it.
Absolutely.
They're in the right spot. It just goes right down and in. And there we go. And again, angle. Not the best set there, and Sophie adapts. Saints make a little run here, down 9-12. Ooh, not sure if that didn't. Ooh. Sorry, I got a little excited and called it ahead of time, but I'm not sure if the girl over here hit it on the right side of the antenna, but umps or refs are on it.
Well, they're on it. Yep. So they should be seeing that during this timeout. Let's take a look at some of those replays here. Let's have a couple of them.
Yeah, a couple times there, the Indians are in the right spot, just with a good angle for the Saints. The blocks right into the net. Saints, I think, have about 4 in a row here, come back to down just 10-12. Now, if you remember Candle Genius, Clarksville's the team that knocked us out of the state sub-state finals for softball.
Is that right?
That's right. Yep, just a couple months ago. Yep.
We need to win tonight.
Yep. I think Clarksville's a pretty good softball factory.
Well, we went there to play that game, right? Or was that a neutral site? I remember these Saints girls were traveling and winning until, like you said, Clarksville ended it.
Good save there by Anderson. I would have almost called that a miss hit.
Yep. Miss hit, is that it? I want to call it a whiff. Maybe that's not, but she definitely
I think when
caught it off the fingers.
Oh, nice. Oh. Good reaction by Anderson. Just got a little outside. Saints down 13-10. Norby in for Falk. Good service there.
Great spot on that set.
Oh,
tough.
Yeah, they tried a nice little scramble, but not quite enough. Cruzy out now for Bork. And our tall middle hitters in and out. Anderson with the service. Look for the little teardrop here. Ooh. And
something different.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, right there. And that's what we're talking. I think that's what Coach Johnson's talking about. That serve made that girl kind of scramble Hit it over once and set us up for a nice little drop.
Like you said,
Oh, there we go.
They're looking for a little teardrop there. There, it's a
2 hit.
Is that what
So
that
that's
was?
one. Yep. So one thing I've noticed in the past, they get to the playoffs, they're going to call that double carry. So if you're setting, if it doesn't hit off both hands at the same time, they'll call it 2.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so it was just
And there's that little teardrop ace for Kinsey. Ties it up. Nice spot. Let's see what Johnson puts it here.
14-13 Saints lead.
I think he's calling for one in the shadows. He's definitely got him mixing it up. Ooh.
Oh.
I think that was the right play.
Yeah,
I think it was going to be.
It may have gone out.
You don't
but
know.
You can't take a chance if you can get.
If you're in the back row and you can hit it, I think you got to hit it.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. Yeah, you don't want to be sitting and watching that thing.
Unless you're a geometry major, you don't know what's going to really happen.
Better be dang good at geometry if you calculated that fast. Oh.
Saints had it tied up, now down 1. Like the way they're playing, though. They're playing with a lot of grit. Got to get those passes in. Now you'll notice that Clarksville, she is calling them. But the girl's not looking.
You're talking about calling plays?
Calling where to hit it, yep. And Urbach, nice. Nice shot by Urbach. She's really come on this year. So we made the full rotation. We got Aspen Falk back. She was the first server of the game. So everybody's gone around once. Falk over to Urbach. Oh boy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Very be patient on that one. Was that Falk? Dug that one out
Falk
of the
and
net.
Norby. Falk again there. Over to Anderson. Get it back in. Nice spot. Good volley going here. Good volley. And, ooh. I think that was that again right.
Great.
Here they go. This is a good volley.
There we go.
And the end of the volley. Saints tie back up. It's hard to wait.
It is hard to wait. It's very hard to wait.
16-16, Falk with another serve here. Ace serve. Let's keep the momentum going. Oh. Thought it was deep and in. Another ace. You know, and that's what Johnson's talking about. Keep them on their toes.
Oh, man, absolutely.
I think they were expecting a short one because she had a hard one and throws another hard one, just gets it in. If you're in that back row, that ball is coming at you. You know, now they can hit it like this. You don't have to bump it anymore. You can hit it like a set. But still, I'm not sure you're going to do in that situation. You and I would probably just lose a tooth.
Well, that's just it. I mean, I love playing volleyball, and I think that's and talking with Coach Johnson this week about the strategy behind it. You know, it makes sense. His analogy of when a baseball pitcher's just throwing pitches, you're just like, well, as a spectator, a lot of spectators will just throw it down the zone. And like, no, like serves are very much. They're playing. They're anticipated. They're calculated.
Said, not every pitch is a strike, right? You're gonna have some balls that make the strikes better. The one analogy I would say though is that when we hit it in the net, that's kind of like hitting the pitcher or hitting the batter, like that one. Oh,
wow,
no. Now that girl probably should have let that first one go.
Yeah, she absolutely should have left that.
Her toes were on the
go.
line and she hit it.
Yep.
Saints up by 3 now, 19-16. Falk with another serve.
Wow.
Great oogly boogly.
That was quite a serve.
She's got her mojo going here.
And Falk wisely lets that one go out of bounds. bringing the score to 20
You know,
for the Saints.
He hasn't called a teardrop yet. I think he's just going to say keep smoking them. Nope, teardrop.
Was that a teardrop?
Kind of.
It was as much as Falk can do.
Probably.
Holding back. She's got some juice.
Wow. Bork down. One thing about Bork, she's got good hang time. If they're not always right there, she kind of has those long arms and just waits and boom.
I think she got the hang time from her daddy.
The Pooty Head.
Pooty Head?
Pooty Head. That's what Brian's nickname was, Pooty Head.
Pretty sure I don't want to know, and neither does America.
Yeah, I think the Saints have found their groove a little bit, and Indians are reeling a bit here.
Good to see the Saints recover on this one. 22 for the Saints.
I believe one time it was
Indians
14
16.
to 7.
They were.
Or 9, I don't know. Falk with the serve. Another hard one. Bump. Set. Spike. Good recovery by the Indians. And just a bit outside. Whoops. Just a bit outside.
Just about put Miss Jenkins in the middle of that one.
We got Game Adam here.
That's the teardrop, I think
That's
you're
the
talking about.
teardrop, yep. And you see, that's what Johnson's talking about. It's not letting them get into their position where they can set a... Oh, there's a 2. So if it kind of rolls off one hand to the other, that's what they call that 2.
So it's almost, they're not
Yep,
hitting
double hit kind of.
simultaneously, right?
Set point. Indians struggling just to get a good...
Wow.
Oh, hammered down, but a little bit of net. Hammered down, but just a little bit of net.
I sure thought that looked like that net.
That was your Hammerschlagen.
That was Hammerschlagen for sure.
Saints up 7. Nice little, got a piece of it by the Indians. Trouble here. Ooh.
That
Just
was
out,
a close
just
one.
out. I think it was the right call, but just out.
Well, I disagree with the call. Hard to tell from here. It was very close.
Well, that
And
was
that was definitely out.
Saints take game 1. So after a little bit of a slow start, the Saints come on and win the first one 25-18.
Yeah, the Saints were behind in that one until they finally took a lead 14-13.
Is that
and
when they
just
took the
never
first
let
lead?
up. They took
Yep.
the first lead in that game, 14-13, and never let up. So we missed a lot of our advertising time here at the beginning. We're gonna run to ad here real quick. We'll be back here with game
Hey,
number
Mary's
2.
gonna get a headset on.
Saints versus Clarksville. We'll be right back.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union encourages positive behavior.
Pride, respect, leadership, and sportsmanship on the court and in the stands.
Remember what a great privilege it is to see your team compete.
Thank you for your attendance. Enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game.
We're in business to be partners in your success.
Congratulations to the girls volleyball team for making it. All right, we're back to the game here. We missed one ace serve there, but we are back. Saints down 0-1 here in the second game.
There we go. Good double block there by the Saints. Falkenborg there. And just in by Falk.
Nice ace serve by Falk on that one.
Picking up where they left off in the first game. big run at the end of the game. Hits him.
Wow. How do you defend that, Lindsey Falk? How do you do it?
You don't. But they did.
They did.
I shouldn't say that. They
Somehow
actually did.
Well, I suppose we don't. You and I don't. That's why we're sitting over here.
And I don't think we're eligible.
No. I'm pretty sure I'd be sitting on the bench if I were on this team.
There we go, Saints. The Saints getting a 3-1 lead to start. That's what we got to do. You got to start fast.
Well, I think it works for the Saints. The Indians surely started the last game fast, but I feel like these girls they really warmed up.
Boom. Nice shot there by Clevenger. And again, that's what happens. Johnson called the right spot, got him a little out of position. They hit a little bit of a meatball up, and Clevenger takes it out of the park. And another point for the Saints here. Really fun. When you're the favorite, you got to come out and start strong, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
In any sport.
I agree. Yeah, you can't
Don't
let
give
the
them any
momentum
hope.
shift. Exactly.
Oh, dinked it off the top. Saints up 5-2, Indians serve. Kind of came off weird. And there it is. And a nice hit by the Indians.
Yeah, another tough
Indians
one to
have a few
defend.
playmakers.
Yes, they do. And if you're listening but not watching, the Saints are up 5-3.
Oh, Duke Scoop takes one to the face.
Make that one 5-4.
Oh, boy, I'm not sure if he's okay. He's down. He might be in concussion protocol.
I'm not sure that replay will
Hope we
pick
get
it
that
up.
in replay.
Well, I tried. Our replay's a little choppy today.
Oh, nice job by the Saints. Keep it alive. Saints get a piece.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
And there we go, Saints. Nice kill by Urbach. Need to get a couple here. Urbach has been a really good server all year. Junior. Graftonite.
Good serve.
Nice
Good
service.
serve.
Nice service, yep.
They call it a campfire on that one, where the girls are standing around and
Yep.
kind of looking at each other. Was that yours?
Warm their hands. Urbach with another serve opportunity. Good spot.
Nice dig by the Indians on that one.
Yep. Oh, that's just the problem there. Yeah, they're doing a good job of digging those deep spikes.
It feels like it.
Yep. They're just not getting to the point where they can get a good pass to a good kill. Seems like they're just a little farther away from the net than we are.
A little bit. Yeah, and you're right. You're talking about the proximity.
Here
of the
comes
net.
good job by the,
Great job.
and just there, just a little mental error by the Indians. Ball is on their side. Urbach again, having a nice little run. Good serve. Great job by Urbach. Falk to Falk, and a kill there. Great dig by Anderson. Right to the center, over to Falk, and the Saints have a 10-4 lead. We're going to check on Duke Scoop here. Duke Scoop takes him. Concussion protocol.
Duke, you all right?
Okay, Duke.
Need
What
new
happened
pair of
there? What
glasses?
happened there?
All right, we got Duke. We're putting Duke on the microphone here to talk about.
Let's see if he's stuttering or slurring.
I'm going to go back to now. Our replay's a little choppy. I'm sorry about
You
that.
break your glass? He broke his glasses.
Broke my glasses.
Here's that play here. Let's go to that play. Unfortunately we're a little choppy here in our
Because he got
replay,
smoked
but
in the
this we
face.
see it over there. But of course, it doesn't help that Duke's getting hit in the head about the same time that ball
Yeah.
going around. One more time here. One more time. Where's that ball? How much of this do you remember, Duke?
Well, I remember the ball coming right at me, and I'm like, oh, that ball's going to go high, but I was holding the camera a little lower, so I miscalculated. I didn't duck.
And you're awfully tall. Saints come out of the timeout with a good service by Urbach and set, and a quick spike for Bork. Holy crap.
So what, we got a...
That's
oh,
straight
man,
breakage.
That thing really did. How's your, like, face? You a little bit, you bleeding or anything?
I don't think so. I feel
a little
fine,
bit of a
so.
little bit of a red nose there.
Duke's got a little red nose, a little bit of a red nose.
Urbach with the service.
Shouldn't say little red nose. That thing is swollen. It's massive. But the glasses are busted, and that's a real deal.
And they'll set for head, and then, yep. I think the Indians are just a little too far off the net there. Another block, good block, that comes on their side of the net.
Well, and you
12-4 Saints.
You said it earlier, like that position, those spikes up tight to the net.
Yep.
Really hard to defend.
And with our height, Bork and Clevenger aren't necessarily the super tallest, but they're long. Long arms,
True.
good hang time. Then Anderson over to Falk. Point Saints. Now there's a good example of being a well-rounded team where multiple people came to Anderson the second. She bumps on a good pass. Urbach again.
Duke, did you just change one of the mics? Because there was one of them different. What did you have there?
No, from the Friday football game, we still had the.
Oh, we did.
Filter on.
Point Saints 14-4.
But it's not raining here tonight. The weather's beautiful.
Yes,
outside
beautiful
the gym.
inside
It really is.
Saints gym.
Dry as dry.
There you go again.
There's a free one.
Yep. Falk over to her little buddy sister. They're the best of
Ava
pals.
Falk in that one. My goodness, Ava Falk.
You don't want to hear what they talk about when the pass to the kill doesn't work out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it not good?
A lot of finger pointing.
Never at oneself, I'm guessing.
No.
Never, oh, sis, it was my fault.
Must be double overtime at the JV football game. We don't have old Jack Tripper here.
I know. Either that or he's like, man, I'm just going to ride this as long as I can.
Where was the game? It was home? Or away?
Yeah, it's here. I think, those guys were suiting up and walking out. It should be here.
Maybe he saw the shot that I took to the head, and he's like, I'm staying out of there.
Yeah.
You're watching the videos like, I'm not going in there. It's dangerous.
Yeah, the redness is going away in your nose there.
It's bleeding out.
Saints up 15-4. Playing a little bit better right off the bat this game.
Yes.
And you know what the Indians got to do right now? They're calling a timeout. Again, if you're the underdog, you want to make the game last as long as you can. You got to get 2-1 every time from here on out, though. No icing for Urbach.
No, just another little coaching strategy. When you're rolling, you want to keep rolling. Right?
Yeah,
You're not the one
absolutely.
calling the timeouts.
Nope.
Wow.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
The quick
Well
set.
designed.
Bork. Saints are kind of feeling their groove here.
16. What are you doing turning my ears down there?
Was that me?
Yeah, you want ears down?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, that's all right. I figured that's what you were
Urbach
doing.
still having the serve. Probably between this game and the next, we'll have to have a little concussion test for old Duke Scoop.
Well, he did know
Oh,
the
good
sound
job
was
about the
off.
Saints keeping it alive. And their side of the net. 17-4 Saints. Indians are a little bit discombobulated.
Well, it is reminiscent of the games that I've seen the Saints play earlier this year. And that little slow start doesn't bother them too much.
No.
They get the groove and they just go to work.
Yep. Ooh. She took a full cut there, but deep. 18-4 Saints. Urbach has had several in a row here. Urbach, very consistent server. And another ace. What do you think, Duke Scoop? Saints play a little better this game than the first game.
Yeah,
a
for
little
sure.
rusty to start with.
And that's exactly what you want to do after coming out to a slow start in the first game is when you come back and win like that. You want to keep your foot on the gas into that second match or game, or did we figure that out? Match, game, set?
We believe that sets and games are the same.
Okay.
It's sets
Game,
and
set,
matches.
match.
There's no game, right?
Right,
There's a
right. It's just that.
There's
Sets
set
and matches.
match.
Sets can be called games if you're uneducated in volleyball, which we are not.
No, we're very smart. We're very well versed in the sport now.
Falk over to Falk. Another good play there, guys. 21-4. And I think, too, you know, I'm glad we're getting back to we got a game tonight. Should we win, we got a game Wednesday. Weeks in between games. That's a long time to wait. Nice one by Anderson. And keeping alive. Couldn't quite keep her going. Hicken into the ball game.
Saints 21.
You know, I think we've only had
Clarksville 5.
three people serve. I think the Saints only had 2 servers. That was a lot of points.
Wow.
Ooh, big hit.
Falk over to Falk and down. They are getting more and more in sync. Cruzy back in. You know, that's one thing about volleyball. It's weird. You can go a whole set and potentially not even get in the game, even if you're a starter.
Yeah. I suppose so.
I thought I was going to ask again, Duke Scoop.
The guy's a ball magnet. Duke's a ball magnet.
You know, I suppose you'd take that, though, if you're sitting on the bench and just watching your team
Yep.
cruise to 25 points. Ooh, couldn't get it.
Oh,
did it drop? I thought that was out.
It did look like it. That was like a
A
little,
little
you know, you used to see
knuckleball
that.
or
Yeah, it was
something,
like one of those
curveball.
little teardrop serves. Looked deep and dropped right in. Set point. See what we can do here.
A little bit of a scramble.
Nope, a little scramble for us. Indians keep it alive. Free one here.
Oh.
Oh. Carry.
What is that, Carrie?
Carry is a call there.
Felt
So
like
this-
maybe that's what she was calling.
Yeah.
24-6. Saints
But it's good
up.
to keep it alive for 3 hits. Indians need a heck of a run here.
A side out here would do it.
And
There it
it
is.
does. And it does. Game 2 to the Saints, 25-6. Good job, Saints.
Gentlemen, just a reminder, at the request of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, no one is allowed on the playing floor immediately following the game. Please allow the players of both teams and the officials to exit the floor safely. Thank you.
And then storm the field.
Well, our replay's been a little choppy, so I'm gonna try running this one here just to see if we can get that. Let's see if it's coming through choppy still.
Would it be in chop, though? Pretty smooth.
That looked a
That's
little
pretty-
better, yeah.
That's decent. It's been pretty terrible, so I've been kind of holding off on the replays because I can't really use them anyway.
You know, on the
but,
camera, the net looks crooked.
Yeah, just a little off center.
Is it? Do we need to go fix it right now? Anybody gonna argue if we do that? Probably will, won't they?
You mean
Duke,
the net or the camera?
Duke, you gotta.
It's got to be the net. Can't be the camera.
Camera's dead center. Can't be possibly be the camera, can it?
Might just be the cushion.
Here it is again. You can take a look.
Yeah, just slightly off.
Is it in our favor? I don't
So
want to
that-
be accused of cheating.
This main camera, that's the huddle one, right?
This
Or
one
not?
up here? This is huddle up ahead of our. Yeah, and that's the one with the delay. That's why we struggle for those watching at home.
And you got it back because is that the one that's supposed to follow the ball, but it gets to
Yeah, so
makes you sick?
yeah, so the huddle camera sits high and centered in the gymnasium. There's 2 settings for it. There is a basically static setting, which we're on right now. It just sits there and it watches the game. Basketball season, you got a bigger court. Your activity's going back and forth. It literally follows the action. So I don't know that it looks for the ball. It looks for where it thinks the action is. So there could be a fast break that the huddle camera might miss because you got 1 or 2 guys kicking out fast and the mass of bodies is in a different spot. But here for volleyball, it's just a stationary camera. And unfortunately, that video feed comes through about 3 seconds after the action happens.
Which hasn't affected us at all.
So we're in the future.
Not at all.
We're in the future.
We're in the future. We are speaking in the future.
I am a robot from the future.
We can predict it. That's probably where you want to use that robot button.
Yeah.
That's Skippy's struggling to not hit buttons tonight. You're doing a good job, buddy. Good
I know.
Job.
Sit on my hands.
Keep up the great work.
All right. Saints going to start out with Falk again here. Got a little different lineup in this game. Ooh.
Great
spot. Good awareness there.
Great spot. That was
and it
fantastic.
all started from like Johnson was saying. Got them out. They 1 hit over. Gives us a chance. They weren't back in their positions yet. Ooh. 2-0 Saints.
That one had some zip on it.
Yes, sir. It's almost like she was angry at her father.
Probably pretty normal, I'm guessing.
Misses that one.
Aspen's form serving that ball is just incredible. How she just goes up. It seems like she's hanging there for about 5 seconds.
Fully committed. Indians with the serve here. Good dig by Anderson. Over to Clevenger and in. It's good to see Hannah back after almost a full year recovery from both her knees. I think have had some injuries.
She has been through a lot, hasn't she?
Porsche now in. Her batch to serve again. And there's that hit by pitch.
There's a Clevenger replay there.
Saints 3-2. Ooh, that one sailed just a little bit. Not sure if they knew which one was going to hit it there. That was going to be out.
Yes, it was, but she was in
doesn't matter. You know what? Like we said before, I'd rather have you hit it in when it's out than not hit it and it be in.
Exactly.
And it was a good pass right to the front. Bork down with the serve.
Wow.
Couldn't quite climb the ladder there.
Miss Hannah was very hungry on that one, wasn't she? Oh, that was good. That was good.
Oh,
wow.
What a save.
What was the call there?
Did that come
Was it
down
out of
on our
bounds
side?
or?
I don't know. My
That was
glasses are
interesting.
busted. Don't
Yeah.
ask me.
Little Five Eyes.
Big hit.
That is a big hit by Cruz there.
Massive.
Yeah, if we get her at the right angle, it's going to be hard to stop her. Macy Meyer in to serve. Aggressively smacking that ball. Look at that one. Look at that little dropster.
That's how you throw them off. You're hitting it hard when you're warming up. And
I'm
then
going to kill this ball.
right over the net.
Oh, jeepers. I'm not sure what happened there. One girl leg swiped her friend for the Indians there.
I think that kind of threw off the timing of
Yeah,
everything
threw
over
everything
there.
off there. Meyer with a little run here, up 7-4. Her father not in attendance to watch her. Triple overtime of the JV game. Another ace service by Meyer.
Been some really good serves from the Saints the last
There
two.
has been. Yep. You know, early in the year is kind of one of our weaknesses. But like Johnson said, stick with the process.
Stick with the process.
Oh, my goodness
Wow.
gracious. Macy, you're flirting with that net a little bit too much, maybe.
A point's a point.
And there goes the one scoreboard.
Oh, wow.
9-4 Saints.
Just like Friday all over again, Eric.
It feels like Friday all over again.
And a good block by the Indians. Saints up 9-5. Indians with the serve. Saints up 2 sets to none. 3 out of 5 is what they play here.
Oh.
Pass just a little short. And that's the same situation. That ball just at the end drops.
Yes.
Enough that just
Yes.
it's tough to get that pass back to the front. Though.
So the Saints anticipate and capture that one.
Urbach back in for Hicken. Porsche to serve. And up to Falk. And a little close to the net, so she smacks one down there. Blocks, but stays on their side of the net. 11-6 Saints. Porsche again. Good job by the Saints. Ace serve. Keep up the good serve, and that's going to take you a long ways. Saints with an opportunity here. And Cruzy back across. They call that the swipe. They've been working on that this year.
Do you call that the swipe? They
call
that?
the swipe, I believe. You
Really?
set it kind of behind. She comes from right to left, gets it across court rather than straight down in their faces.
It's effective.
Harder to block, too. Look at this. Another ace by the Saints.
So we get that swipe
14-6.
Get that swipe. Just the swipe. We just ran the swipe again.
You know, I think it's crazy how they can figure out where they got to go, what position they got to be to, like, run a play like that.
Yeah.
Because you got to kind of read each other's minds a little bit.
Yep, for sure.
You know, you got to think 2 passes ahead of time to get in position so you can do that.
Absolutely.
And I think for, small schools where they're not just playing volleyball, they're playing all sports. It almost takes the whole year. You can kind of tell that their timing's way different than it was at the beginning of the year. And some of the girls play some club, in the off season, but not together.
Yeah, and that's kind of what makes the difference because when you're playing together, that's when you pick up on how you play with each other and how you can make those passes, how you can set those little plays up.
There's that Clevenger smash, and we're having a little bit of trouble with choppiness, but take a look at that. Bam. Ouch.
Yeah, but, when you get to this point in the game, and Cruz has had a few of those, when she's going to wind up, I might just be thinking, maybe I don't need to block this one. I might go back into dig mode. Saints up 15-6, leading 2 sets to none. Johnson getting in the ump's face a bit here. Something's going on. Careful, don't get yourself a tee here, coach. Good service by Porsche. Oof.
Great.
They're there again. Cruzy and Falk right there, just waiting for it. Porsche has had a good run here. Good scramble by the Indians. Oof. Point Indians, Porsche out for Norby here. Falk over to Urbach, and nice kill by Urbach. Saints get a lot of opportunities tonight. Anderson serving.
Great serve, caught him off guard just a little bit on that.
Indians with a good block there. That's one where the timer was just a bit off.
Yeah.
So instead of going for the kill, she kind of had to let off, and that was
Yep.
right there for it.
And you're right.
17-8 Saints. And good touch there by Bork. Good adjustment in the air.
Well placed.
Clevenger in for Meyer. Falk, this is our first rotation. Falk back to serve. And a missile and out.
She's a weapon.
Another ace for the Saints. Cannon with the deep one, a little slower. And Clevenger there. Again, the long arms, good reach, good timing. Got a little bit of a ball melee. Falk with the serve again. I believe she touched it.
Yes, she did.
Not sure if that would have been in or out. Doesn't matter.
That was...
You can't push it out. You know, I've noticed the Indians have done a little bit more in-game subbing than normal. Usually only sub in between.
Wow. That ball had some English.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
22-8 Saints, another ace. I think we have more aces tonight probably than any other game this year.
I was trying to pull up the stats so we could talk about that, but I'm having a hard time getting them here. Go bound.
Other side
Saint
now
Ansgar.
and in.
If you want to see those
23-8.
stats.
That bound is kind of a nice tool.
It's really nice. It's getting better all the time.
Another ball melee. You know, hey, this is everybody's first tournament game. Ball girls, line judges, everybody. Sky ball.
Back set.
Good job. Oh. Can't close it out quite yet.
So if you're just joining us, this is set 3 in a best of 5 match between the Clarksville Indians and the Saint Ansgar Saints. Loser goes home. Winner plays here on Wednesday.
I believe the first game was 25-17 maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if we're going to get 17 total of the 2 games combined after that.
No,
Next
I don't
game
think
was
so.
5 or 6, and
Saints
Saints
started
could
off a
close it
little
out here.
slow.
Yeah.
And then just came back, storming back to win the first set. Just dominated the second set, and same here on the third. Complete Saint domination, 24-9.
And that'll do it.
Will do it.
Good performance by the Saints.
Great performance by the Saints. We're
Sad to see somebody's season end, but
Congratulations to Saint Ansgar Saints as they move on to regional play. They will play again here in Saint Ansgar High School on Wednesday against the winner of Turkey Valley and Riceville.
Turkey Valley Riceville plays tonight.
Please remember, please to stay.
So good season for the Clarksville Indians. Obviously, they had a chance to come here and play in the postseason. Saints come in at 20-6. Clarksville was 5-25. They played more games than we did.
Yep.
More sets, more matches, right, than we did.
Congratulations to Saint Ansgar as they move on. Congratulations to Clarksville on a good season. Thanks for coming out.
And here comes Jack Tripper.
Back here on Wednesday night.
Is Jack coming?
Okay.
Where's he at? Oh, look at this.
There he is, just in time for the postgame
The
show.
Jack Cam. The Jack Cam. He doesn't seem much of a hurry, does he? Jack Tripper right there, ladies and gents. All right, this gymnasium is going to clear out fast, I'm pretty sure. As per Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, the crowd is not to walk on the floor after the game, although I'm not going to put any cameras on anybody, but I think it's happening right now. I don't want anybody
I think they said wait until the players and officials leave the floor, then you can play. Then you can be on the,
okay.
then you can be on there.
Okay, I'll put the camera back out there then. I guess I was on the other camera that was capturing them anyway, so I would have been probably arrested by now. Well, here we got Jack Tripper back Wednesday night.
Jack.
Next game Wednesday night. Here's the recap. Here's the recap. Jack, we'll give you the recap, all right? If they want to listen, fantastic. How was the football game tonight?
Cold.
Triple overtime? That was a long game.
Yeah. It was a long game. I think it was like 36-20 when I came in. So
sounds like you've been yelling a little bit. Your voice,
you know,
puberty.
I went to a game this weekend in Madison, Wisconsin, and may have done a little yelling.
That was a good
it
game.
Looks like you guys did well. Holy cow, the girls must have played well.
Started out a little slow. We were down the first game, 14-9.
Yeah,
something like that.
They took
Came
the
back
first...
and won 25-17 or 18.
Yep.
And kind of went Saints' way after
Just
that.
kept going. Just kept going. Yep. The first
started
game,
a little slow.
They took the first lead with 14 points. The Saints got 14-13 was the first lead, and then from there it was all Saints.
Wow.
From here on out.
Oh, more cash
what
coming
do we
in.
Got here?
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Thank you. For those of you looking to donate to Saints TV, you don't have to do it online. You just bring me a check like this fine young gentleman right here did.
Yep.
Church night.
It's not Advent yet. Turkey Valley.
So
Turkey Valley,
Riceville was up 2-0 already, and then Turkey Valley was up 15-5 in the third game. So, yeah.
No, I think we played Riceville in the tournament.
Riceville, man.
No,
we played Riceville. Right?
Yeah, we played Riceville or Turkey Valley. We might have played them both.
You know, we're still on. We're still broadcasting.
We should have got film on this guy.
Did you see Duke Scoop get hit in the face? They broke his glasses.
What?
I don't know if we can find that.
Really?
Yeah.
Find that replay.
That's
He was right over by the S and took a smoke at
Unbelievable. They did. They are broken. Wow. I mean, that is putting your life on the line.
Yeah.
There is no workers' comp here, sir. There is no workers' comp. Here's the play. And I don't know why we're so choppy here at the beginning. I think there's a network problem. It just wasn't recording that or the hoot. But this is the hit to Duke's face. You can check it on your screen over there.
Oh, there we go.
But everything was really choppy. And it could have something to do with the fact that the ball just smashed everything over.
The last time I seen a cameraman get hit by a ball was on SportsCenter. So maybe we can get you on.
Whoops. Almost hit the wrong button there. All right, so for those of you who have been hanging out, waiting for something special, this is it, folks. The game is over. The match is done. These Saints will play here in Saint Ansgar on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. against the winner of Riceville and Turkey Valley, right?
Yep.
And we don't have any updates on the scores there, but
well,
rest
we do.
assured. Oh, we do?
Yeah, Riceville is up 2-0, 2 games to none. And in the third game, they were down 15-5. So So Riceville currently has a two-game or two-set match.
Okay.
Advantage, I should say.
Two-set advantage. All right. Well, rest assured, one of those two teams will come out on top, and we will see them here on Wednesday night. For those who did join us tonight, thank you for joining us. We do have a little donate up there. It's playoff time, and these games are we use every dollar we can get. We've had a couple people to hand us checks here.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
I might just sit here a little longer.
Cash is king, but checks work fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stack of dollar bills.
Exactly. So
let it rain.
Thanks for your support. We're delighted to be able to stream these games for free. We'll see you hopefully in the stands on Wednesday, but if not, there's Saints TV for that.
Saints TV.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Wednesday night.